non-believers.
How did that?
To all the non-believers, especially you, Tom Jackson. Way to have our back, Keyshawn. Anybody can be beat.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Jets Field. Today we're doing a collaboration with the man, the myth, the legend, Lop from Table Smashers, man. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Absolutely, my brother. Absolutely.
So I want to start off, from my subscribers, the people that follow me, maybe you give them a little insight about who you are, how you became a Bills fan.
All right, definitely, absolutely. 47 years old. I've mentioned this before. 47 years old, born and raised in the Bronx. Diehard Bills fan since 1988. So if you do the math, just like you say, that'll put me at about 10 years old of being a Buffalo Bills fan. Been through a lot with them, man. All 4 Super Bowls. I can remember guys coming out the window, yelling out the window when they lost to the Giants.
You remember
again,
all 4
man?
losses?
Huh?
You remember all 4 losses, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I see what you did there, but I get it. I see what you get. I see what you did there, but listen. Nonetheless, man, like I said, I'm battle tested, man. I'm battle tested. Been through the trenches with them. Again, been a diehard Bills fan ever since. My older brother, who's 10 years older than me, he's a Giant fan. And I'll be honest with you, I grew up in, my first love for sports was baseball, right? So I grew up in a Yankee household. Forget about it. You don't come home nothing else but a Yankee fan. And that's what it was. So now my brother, who's 10 years older than me, is a Giants fan. So me becoming a Bills fan, man, was my way of pretty much declaring my independence and doing my own thing and becoming my own man, so to speak, at 10 years old. Fell in love with Jim Kelly, Bruce Smith, Cornelius Bennett, Andre Reed, Thurman Thomas, Kenneth Davis, Mark Kelso, Steve Tasker, you name it, Darryl Talley, you name it, those were my guys, man. And, back then, Buffalo being from the boroughs, Buffalo wasn't on TV. So you caught it how you can get it, man. And like I said, been a Bills fan ever since. Got a lot of kickback for it. One thing I'm remembered for even back in junior high school is being a Bills fan. So people be like, yo, you still a Bills fan? Absolutely. So I've been, you know how it is, lunchroom, classroom, you arguing about your team, and that's it, man. The more people hated it, the more I loved it, man. That's it. So here we are, man. Diehard Bills fan since 1988.
Who would you say is your favorite Bills player? If you had to pick one.
Honestly, at this time and age, before I would have told you, it would have been Andre Reed. Now I gotta go with Josh Allen, man. Josh Allen is. Let me tell you something. It's a good thing I ain't having no more kids because I told my wife, the baby's name would have been Josh, boy or girl. Boy or girl, the baby would have been named Josh, man. So That's it, man. But that's it, buddy.
Good, man.
That's it, my brother.
Good, man. So let's jump into it. So both of us want to do like a collaboration and do like a segment called AFC East, the state of the AFC East.
Right.
So we're gonna try to do this weekly. We're gonna try to jump on here and give our thoughts and feelings about what's going on with the teams within our division. We're trying to get another one of our boys to jump on and talk about the bum Dolphins, but he couldn't get on today. Yeah, so we're gonna jump into it. We're just gonna talk a little briefly about what happened this week with the Dolphins, the Patriots, obviously the Jets and the Bills. So yeah, if you want to start off, let me know what you think about the Dolphins versus Colts game.
Listen, as far as them, like I told you before, Tebow, and we've actually had the discussion even going back to a year back. I think that team pretty much they went all in on Tua, and it's paid off to bite him in the butt. I think that you can only get but so much with him, and I think the pieces they put in place, like I don't think you can maximize a Jalen Waddle. I don't think you can maximize a Tyreek Hill with a quarterback like that. And I think they just made a major mistake. They in too deep. He's in a position now where he's a liability. I don't see no one else picking him up with his injury history. Yeah. And I think they just pretty much stuck. So I think, I'll be honest with you, I think the Dolphins will be fighting for last place in the AFC East, man. Hands down, I don't nothing to think about.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty much handcuffed with all the money they gave him.
Right.
And with his injury history, I don't see anybody want to take a risk on him. Even if if they try to trade the guy, but I doubt that happened. And then all this controversy surrounding Tyreek Hill. It's just a mess. So it's a mess over there. I think our boy would agree with us.
A million percent.
Yeah, yeah. So, but like this week was like a perfect example of that. They went to the Colts. They lost 33-8 to a Colts team led by Daniel Jones. How does that happen?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, you can't. That can't happen. And then, like from the stuff I was watching, is their interior offensive line is just awful, just absolutely awful. And then they have their defensive struggles as well. But you had Daniel Jones throw for like nearly 300 yards.
Make that make sense. Again, the secondary is completely depleted. I mean, the little bit that they did have, pretty much they lost in the offseason. And I'll be honest, man, they really don't have much to work with over there. As far as McDaniels, I told you before, respectfully, I think the guy's a joke. I think he's more worried about trying to be a homeboy and trying to be cool with his players as opposed to being a coach. I just think the guy's a joke. I just think that what they did over there, I think again they went all in. They put and it's turned out to bite them in the butt, man. And like you said, they got a lot of money wrapped up into it, so they stuck with him.
Yeah, they let their Pro Bowl tight end go to the Steelers, Donald Smith.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Still have their running back, which I like a lot, HN.
Yeah, that boy got wheels. Very fast. That boy got wheels. I mean, he's gashed the Bills a few times himself, so he got wheels.
Yeah, so moving on to Patriots. Give me your thoughts on how the Patriots look. Everybody knows on your platforms that you call them a strong second for the AFC.
Absolutely. And I still stand by that. Let me tell you something, right? I think you guys will be battling for second place. Listen, the Patriots have pretty much worked out some kinks, man. I think, like I told you guys before, they got some young pieces. They got Vrabel over there now. They have, again, who's a respected coach. I think he knows how to get the best out of players. Again, he coached the Titans team for years that couldn't get over a cusp, but it's not like they had all the talent in the world either. But he pretty much got the best out of them. And I just think, again, they got young pieces. Again, granted, Mac is not proven, but he played well last year. I think the world of Christian Gonzalez. Now, like I told you before, as far as you guys go, I mean, who's your threat? Gary Wilson. If you put Christian Gonzalez on Gary Wilson, what that leaves you guys?
I agree.
They take away your main threat.
We'll get into that. I agree with that, but it's like Gonzalez was out, right? Week 1.
Yeah, he's out. He's out.
I heard he's questionable for this week, so I don't know what exactly is going on with him. But you look at the Patriots, I just don't see how. Obviously, I'm going to disagree with you as much as I can, but even the media have touted the Patriots as the second best in the division. I just don't see it. Vrabel's a great motivator, great coach, but has he really been proven in the league? I don't know. You tell me.
He proved he can win. I mean, he proved he can win. Like I said, I think he's able. I think he's able to maximize certain potential out of certain players. And I'll put it to you this way, T. I like what the Jets have done. And this is one of the best offseasons they've had, which obviously was one of the most quiet ones they had. But I think the Jets the Patriots, same could be said about the Patriots too, but I think the Jets, you ain't going to really hear too much from them, at least for about another 2 years.
Well,
assuming that Fields works out.
You made a good point, because it was the narrative for a long time that the Jets go out there and spend all these money on these older veterans, stars, whatever. They would dump money into it. We've moved away from that. You can see that we're signing guys that were young. We're going to give them like prove me contracts that just fit the culture. But you look at the Patriots, and they spent a lot of money in this offseason.
Agreed.
They brought in your boy, your ex-boy.
You can have him.
You guys have shunned out of the Bills Mafia community, Stephon Diggs. And then you got my ex-guy, my ex-right tackle, Morgan Moses. They did address their left tackle in the draft with Will Campbell. I like that kid a lot. And then they spent money, brought in Carlton Davis from the Lions.
That's a good pickup.
That's a great pickup. I like that a lot. But is that the way you build a successful organization? Is bringing in these veterans? I could tell
But
you from my point of view, it don't work.
here's the thing: the difference I think between the Jets in the last 2 years when you guys got Aaron Rodgers and the Patriots now, the Patriots actually had the capital and they're not pretty much mortgaging their future to do some of these moves. What the Jets did, I can remember 5 years ago, like 5, 6 years ago, when you was calling me delusional, right? Um, I can remember telling you guys, listen, you guys got the draft capital, you guys got the money. Now's the time to do it. You guys went out there, went crazy, picked up a whole bunch of players, didn't groom your own, and look what happened. But I think the Patriots, I think they're doing it. I think they're doing it without mortgaging their future. So I think they may be all right. I'm telling you, T, they may be all right. Listen, nobody wants them to suck more than me. I promise you. I mean, you also, because I mean they dominated our division for freaking 20 years.
Yeah.
But I think what they're doing over there is starting to make a lot of sense, man. I really do.
I mean, they didn't start off the right way, losing to the Raiders 20-13.
I agree.
Their secondary showed a lot of issues. You had Geno Smith go out there and throw for, I don't know exact stats, but I think it was like nearly 300 yards.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I won't argue that point. Like I said, I think, like I told you, I think the Patriots, just like yourselves, is about 2 years, 3 years away from really competing. But the direction they moving in, I think it's good.
All
I think
right.
it's good.
So leading into week 2.
Again, wait, let me put a disclaimer out there. Just like you guys, assuming Mac works out. If Mac don't work out, it's back to the drawing board.
So this is what me and you were talking about. Like, what has he done to prove that they're given the second spot in the AFC? Outside of bringing in Vrabel, all right, that's great. Everybody speaks highly of the guy, but outside Drake May's the next man up. That's going to dictate how this team goes. What has he done? I don't know. I haven't seen any real positive things coming out of him.
What the hell keep saying Mac? That you know what I meant, May. Right,
Yeah.
right. What the hell? What the hell?
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, that's what the hell. But listen, what Drake May has shown is that he can compete on a pro level at least, and he's pretty much made it work with nothing. But he showed that he can at least compete at a level at this pro level.
So I would love nothing more for us to go and beat them up twice this year.
1,000,000%.
Everybody, all of you, the Dolphins, everybody included.
Right.
But
I agree.
we'll get into that. So leading into week 2, Patriots are visiting the Dolphins. Let me get your prediction.
Listen, the only way I'm picking the Dolphins is if they play like your son's team, man. That's the only way I'm picking the Dolphins. And that's if your son ain't playing. Because if your son is at the helm, I'm picking your son's team. I'm not picking the Dolphins. Listen, I don't think I'm picking them anytime this year.
All right, so I gotta go against you.
No way.
I'm gonna pick an upset. They're going down to Miami. If Gonzalez is not playing for the Pats, they're gonna be able to throw the football down the field.
I don't see it. I don't see
it. I'm not 100% certain of it, but just to go against you, I'm gonna say.
Listen, the only way I'm telling you, like I said, Vrabel. Listen, I'm gonna put this out. I'm not a big Vrabel fan anyway, but because I'm not speaking highly of him. But what I'm saying is that I don't think the Dolphins have pieces, man. I just really don't. I mean, and Tariq, like you said, Tyreek Hill has this dude's battling child support. He got all kinds of issues. You've seen first game of the season, he was losing his mind.
Yeah. I mean, but you still Tyreek Hill. You still got was it Waddle on the other side? You have Achane coming out the backfield. I think it can give the Patriots problems. Am I 100% sure that they can win this game? No, but I'm picking them to win.
All
right. So
all right. Sounds good. We'll revisit that one. If I'm wrong, I admit it.
And if I'm wrong, I won't admit it.
I bet.
All right, so let's move on to Steelers
God.
versus Jets.
Steelers versus the Jets. Like I told you guys before, that's the best I've seen the Jets play. And at least I would go as far as saying in my lifetime, man. And that sounds crazy, but I've never seen the Jets play such complimentary football since forever. I mean,
Offensive side
just
of the ball, right?
what's that?
On the offensive side of the football, right?
Right on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, Justin Fields ain't lighted up, but he went 16 for 22 for 218 yards and 1 touchdown. But the Jets were always in the game.
Yeah.
Like there was never any doubt. You know what? Oh, the Jets was always in the game. And I'll be honest with you, you actually thought the Jets was going to win and pull it off. What you got? Brees Hall, 19 carries for 107 yards. Gary Wilson, 7 receptions, 95 yards, 1 touchdown. Listen, those are solid numbers.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, the problem I see is that outside of that, you guys really don't have much of a threat. You guys got complementary pieces, but again, the guys who were supposed to show up showed up.
I agree 100%. And going back to your point, like you said, this is the best you've ever seen the Jets play. I can 100% agree with you. I think it has to go back to like 2015 with like that Fitzpatrick era where we had a crazy good offense. I haven't seen us play that well on the offensive side of the football in a long, long time.
I agree. You guys were moving.
Every Jets fan is we're very optimistic in regards to how we feel like this can snowball. But Justin Fields, his issue is lacking consistency moving forward. Is he going to be able to repeat this time and time again? I don't know.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said, I got the Patriots coming in a strong second, the AFCs. But I'm gonna be honest with you. The Jets is a tough out, man. And you know we've always spoke about that. The Jets is a very hard. They give, at least for us, they give us a hard time. The Bills struggle with a mobile quarterback. And aside from that, the number one thing that I seen last Sunday from the Jets was Aaron Glenn seems to have the locker room. And the Jets seem to want to play for this guy. Lastly, another key thing I see is that, just like you mentioned a few minutes ago, what the Jets did untraditionally that they've been known to do before, they pretty much paid their own. Therefore, you guys show, listen, we committed to these key pieces. We're going to build around you key pieces. We want you guys here for the long haul. We're going to give you the second contract, which we know in football is your life-changing contract. Therefore, guess what? They show commitment to their own, and I think their own is going to show commitment to them. So I think the Jets, like I said, listen, a tough second, a strong second. But again, like I told you, the Jets is a tough out, man. They really are. And I think that, again, this is the best team they've had. You know how I feel about Jermaine Johnson. I think that kid's a stud.
Listen, we have a great young core of players. And you think back to these past 2 years of the Rodgers era, we squandered, those 2 valuable years. We wasted it. Now, even though
when you sign them, be honest, didn't I tell you that was a bad idea?
You did, but I'm still like we talked about. I think they should have kept Rodgers on board just to be a mentor, man. We talked about they're still paying the dude $49 million.
The only thing, I don't think he would have went for that. That's the only thing.
Yeah, who knows what happens behind closed doors? So, and he is, a prima donna in a lot of senses. So, I don't know. So just something that stood out to me about the Steelers and Jets game. We have issues in our secondary. Outside of Sauce, if Brandon Stevens can't step up and really play better, including our safeties, because our Tony Adams got exposed. Our zone coverages was a mess. That needs to be cleaned up ASAP. And if Brandon Stevens can't show it, we drafted a kid out of Florida State in the 3rd round. Azare Thomas. I don't know if you know him.
No, I don't know much of it, to be honest.
Good, great size, press cornerback.
Oh, that's the kid that's lanky. He's
yeah.
Yes.
Reminds me of another Sauce. Like he's a good press cornerback. Great size, great length.
But I'm gonna tell you something. The book is out on Sauce too. If you run at him, you pretty much take him out the play.
But this is what I'm hoping that Aaron Glenn can, given his background and the coaching staff that we have, he's got to be able to coach these guys up. and that's one thing I think I'm pretty positive that he'll be able to address that. So the secondary was a major issue, and then we had the dumb penalties and that one turnover. And if you see today, they released him.
Yeah, I see they released him.
Yeah, yeah. So listen, Aaron Glenn is true to his word, man. If you're gonna turn the ball over, you're gonna commit dumb penalties, you're not gonna be playing for this team. I love that.
But
I love the
yeah,
accountability.
you can't play in the NFL if you put the ball on the ground.
And he's done it in the last three seasons. This is his first game into his third season. He did it, I don't know, 10 times. So
Sheesh.
all Jet fans hold on to that punt return that we had in that week one to beat you guys 2 years ago. The guy hasn't done anything else. Let's stop it. He should have.
What? And I'm gonna be that anniversary of that game is tomorrow, September 11th, because I was at that game.
Yeah, I was at that game too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah.
It was a win, but it felt like a major loss too. All right, so let's move on. So Ravens versus Bills. Give me your thoughts on your close win.
I stand on what I said. Again, but I'm gonna put the disclaimer out. First game of the season, what you see this week or what you saw last week is not necessarily what you're gonna be seeing moving forward. But I'll be honest with you. The Bills. This is what worries me about you guys. You know how I feel about Brees Hall. I told you that when you guys first drafted him. I think you guys are gonna use Brees Hall a lot, and I think like I said, Buffalo's run defense, and again, especially when it came towards the Ravens, the holes that Derrick Henry had, like, come on, you can fit 2 elephants through those holes. You understand? So I think that the Bills need to clean that up, and I also think that the Bills need to clean up their play calling. Case in point, the Bills, right, ran 6 play actions on 52 dropbacks. That makes 0 sense, Tebow. How do you have, and again, I'm going to say MVP, whether people like it or not, right? But that's my MVP. But how do you have Josh Allen, a quarterback with the caliber of Josh Allen, and you only running 6 play actions on 52 dropbacks? That makes 0 sense.
I agree.
Come on, and you're playing on a game at home. The crowd's in your favor. I was there. Noise is crazy. Listen, like, what are you doing? So I think that the Bills need to clean up the play calling. But again, that play calling, like I said, it'll change, obviously. And I also think that I'm worried about the run defense. It's been a problem for the last 2 years.
Okay.
And with you guys coming in, whether with us going to y'all and dealing with Brees Hall, which I told you I think he's excellent, I see that shit as a problem, man. I really do.
All right, so for the sake of time, I'm going to leave it there with the Ravens and Bills just because we're running out of time. We're at a 10-minute countdown. All right, so let's jump into.
Wow.
Yeah, I know it's flying. Let's jump into the Jets versus Bills Week 2 matchup. You guys are coming to visit us, but first, I want to drop something on your Bills Mafia squad. All right.
Don't say nothing crazy about my people, man.
Listen, man, I'm not
say nothing crazy about my people.
Listen, I'm about to show your people a photo that's not been doctored. That's 100%.
Oh. I'm watching. What is it? I'm watching.
Just so they know what's really going on here.
No way. Let me tell you something.
Look at this.
Tell the people what I had on that day.
Mac Mafia. Look at this.
Tell the people.
What is that?
Tell the people what I had on that day and how you photoshopped that and you put that just stuff on me. Don't do me like that. You ain't Tebow, really?
Nah, that's all games, but
of course, you my brother, man. You my brother.
Yeah. So let me give you my thoughts on the Jets versus Bills this Week 2 matchup.
Yeah, I'm listening.
First and foremost, for the Jets, we have to expose your secondary. Your secondary gave up, I don't know how many yards to Lamar Jackson. He had a pass. Like, what was it?
I mean, he honestly throwing, he only threw for about, I want to say it's like 200 or something yards. It's not like he threw a ball over the yard on us.
Yeah, but he was crazy efficient. Not only that, you had the tandem between Lamar and Henry. Lamar had 70 yards on the ground and Henry had 169 yards. You guys gave up 238 yards rushing.
But I'm gonna say this. Let me just interject. I know we run out of time. the Jets don't have the pieces that Baltimore has
What on defense?
on offense.
On offense? What do you mean? We have another
No
version.
way. How do you compete with a Lamar?
You got Lamar and Henry, and then look at the Jets, Fields and Hall.
Okay, you got Bateman. Who you got to match Bateman on the Ravens? Then you got D Hop, and then you're gonna take me to day one, Zay Flowers.
No,
Those people. How could you match them? And then you got Mark Andrews.
You're right.
Wait a minute.
We have some guys that need to step up and show who they are. Outside of Fields, Hall, and Garrett Wilson, our big three. Guys like Mason Taylor, the rookies, got to step up. Rucker, the tight end, got to step up. I don't know who's starting at wide receiver 2 right now, but I'm assuming Josh Reynolds is going to be running wide receiver 2. He needs to step up. These guys, because I know with the game plan, you guys are going to go stop the run, double team Garrett Wilson. That's what anybody smart, any smart defensive coordinator would do.
1,000,000%. I agree with that. I would definitely sell out the stop and the run, and I will force Justin Fields again to beat me with his arm.
You got to prove it, yeah. But like you said, his capability of being able to that dynamic playmaker that can get out of the pocket, the read option, his read option game is crazy. It's going to present a lot of issues for your front.
Listen, I agree. Listen, like I told you, just like Lamar Jackson and just like a Josh Allen, you have to be able to defend 2 plays when it comes to Justin Fields. You got to be able to defend the initial play that takes place, and then you got to be able to defend the play. And when the initial play breaks down, now you got to be able to defend what he's able to do when he's scrambling. So, like I said, I'm not gonna lie, Bills struggle with mobile quarterbacks.
Mobile quarterbacks. I mean, for me, my concerns for the Jets, you guys are just outside of Josh Allen, which is he's just a juggernaut, MVP caliber player. Well, is an MVP. You got Cooks. The question mark for you guys that I'm looking at is your wide receivers, Coleman, and then you have your boy Palmer over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are question marks. Even though Coleman had a great showing, you would think that Sauce is going to lock up one of them. I'm assuming Coleman, and then you have your tight end Kincaid, which is going to give us problems. We've historically had problems dealing with tight ends.
Well, speaking about tight ends, again, like I told you, I mean, I think now we got a 3-headed monster at tight end with Kincaid, Knox, and his rookie kid, Jackson Holes. They had 7 catches on 7 targets for 92 yards against the Ravens. As far as Keon Coleman, the Bills had 85 offensive snaps. Keon Coleman had 75 of those. Shakir had 60 of those. Palmer had 53, and Shavers had 17. So I guess that, again, like I told you, I don't think, and it's not a knock on you guys, because, again, like I told you, I think you guys are really going to be good. But I don't think you guys have the personnel to guard Keon for, let's say, under the assumption 85 offensive snaps, 75 snaps, 60 snaps for Shakir, 53 on Palmer, 17 on Shavers. And again, like you said, y'all struggle with tight ends. Josh Allen threw the ball 7 times to our tight ends, hit all 7 targets for 92 yards.
So the only saving grace I'll say is that whenever Josh Allen and the Bills come down to us at home, Josh Allen historically has had a hard time playing against the Jets at home. I don't know, for whatever reason, he's always had I don't have the stats in front of me, but I think he doesn't perform well at MetLife. I don't know what it is. And then on top of that, I think we have the advantage up front in the line. Our offensive line, going against your defensive line. I think that's where we're going to have to expose you. The only way to win in this game, the only avenue we have to win is to run the ball down your throats. We got to sprinkle in a couple of the same game plan they had against the Steelers is the same thing we got to implement with the Bills.
But again, it goes down to personnel. The Steelers don't have the same personnel that the Buffalo Bills have. So again, at the end of the day,
could you say that the Steelers front defensive line is better than your boys?
Yeah. I mean, I won't say it's worse. I won't be brave enough to say it's worse. I mean, I think our front line is pretty decent. I think what struggled for us, if there was any phase of the defense that struggled for us, I would say it was our second level. Our linebackers did not play well. If you watch the All-22, you see Matt Milano, and I hate to say these are my boys. You see Matt Milano, you see Terrell Bernard, even Tyler Rapp, you see they struggled terribly. They were taking wrong angles, missing tackles, everything. The one bright spot was our rookie cornerback, Dorian Strong, who, again, as a rookie, he came in, he played well. He's a 6th-round pick. It's a mystery to me why Lamar Jackson ain't target him more. You know, they threw the ball. Lamar Jackson threw the ball 19 times. He only threw the ball at him twice. Oh. And he gave up 36 yards in which he got cut off and kind of lost his man. But again, 19 dropbacks for Lamar, only target Dorian Strong twice. He got to be doing something right. That's the one strong point. But our middle linebacker struggled. I think up front, I think we'll do okay by pushing. I don't know. I mean, you guys definitely revamp your offensive line. I mean, you guys are better, but honestly, like, you think you guys can really deal with a Bills rotating defensive line like that?
I'm encouraged from what I saw from our offensive line. I think that we can handle your front. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think we're going to have a lot of success running the football, but it's what can we do outside of that, and who's going to step up outside of Garrett Wilson. So we only got a little over a minute left. I want to get your prediction, quick little thought on how the game's going to play out. I'm saying this, and this is, you can take it to the bank. Just because of the struggles that Josh Allen has had in the past coming to New York, Jets are winning 27-24.
What's your drug of choice? There's no way I even see a win, but I gotta get to the point. I see Buffalo definitely going over 30. I got Buffalo 35-21.
Well, you guys heard it from both of us. We look forward to doing this, weekly, absolutely, touching base with each other. It was great. You appreciate you always, brother. All the support you always give me.
My brother, Tebow, you my brother, man. You my brother.
A lot of love, man. Even though you're a Bills fan, I would love you a lot more. But listen, man. As always, go Jets.
No way. Let's go Buffalo. Love you, Tebow. Be good, my guy.
Love you too, bro.
Oh, wait. Your new screensaver. I got it right here for you.
Gosh, I'm cutting this off now.
Later,
brother.
Later, my brother. Always a pleasure.
Later, bro.